I'm student meteorologist Sammy Squires.
And I'm student meteorologist Alyssa Pedrick.
Well, today started out quite chilly, but warmed up to a pretty nice day.
It's definitely warmer than it was yesterday. We reached the mid-60s today, which is great because yesterday we were in the mid-50s.
I know, it was very nice. I mean, I was kind of shedding layers throughout the day, but hey, I'll take that over 30s, 40s.
Definitely. We're going to heat up continuing going throughout this week, but I heard there might be some rain going into the weekend.
I've heard the same thing, so we'll give you that full forecast later.
Do you have any plans for the Super Bowl?
I don't know yet. I mean, I have a lot of studying to do. You know, I have midterms coming up kind of soon, actually.
Really?
So I need to start studying for everything. But I will make an effort to watch it.
Yeah, I'm going home for the weekend, and I'm going to be with my family, so it's perfect. My mom's going to be making all this food for the game.
Aww.
And for the Super Bowl here in Tallahassee, if you have plans on Sunday, there is a chance of rain, so definitely try and stay inside if possible.
No matter where you are, you're probably going to need a jacket. I mean, over at the U.S. Bank Stadium, it is going to be very cold. The coldest game in record.
Right.
Probably going to happen.
The Patriots and Eagles, so if you are a fan of that or you know anyone going up there, definitely bundle up. It will not be like it is here. Even though it will be raining going into Sunday, it'll be in the upper 60s, so it will be warm here.
Yeah, but that stadium is indoors, though, which is nice.
Very, very nice.
We'll be indoors as well.
Right, you got to at that point. It's all the way up there. It's a lot colder than it is here. But we're actually going to send it over to the overview with Michael.
Thanks, ladies. So our weather headlines for today are, it is clear right now, but we do have a lot of clouds moving in as we have a weak front approaching the area. So that will increase our rain chances for these next few days. But it's still going to be cold, relatively cold for the next few nights. Now, for our almanac today, we were really, really cold this morning. 28 degrees was our low. If you were up and early this morning, which I wasn't, you probably really need a thick jacket on. But you need to take off those layers as we got up to 63 degrees, right around our average high for this time of year. Now, currently across the tri-state region, we have 54 in Valdosta, 56 in Dothan, pretty average for this time of year, and it's pretty pleasant. High pressure is dominating the entire southeast for now, and that will change because you can see the stream of clouds right here. That's our next cold front. Again, it's a very weak cold front. There could be some showers in the southeast tomorrow and into tomorrow night, but for Tallahassee, it's mainly going to be a couple of clouds. Not much rain is expected for us until Sunday. But for tonight, clear skies and light winds will allow us to cool down to 39 degrees. So you better be bundled up if you're heading out anywhere late tonight. Now let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Michael. Now, what's going to be happening later this week?
I hope everyone is enjoying the sunshine, soaking up that vitamin D, because it's not going to be great for most of the southeast over this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, so take in the vitamin D. That is a really good piece of advice because most of the southeast, we aren't going to see as much icky conditions, but places like New Orleans for Mardi Gras are going to be seeing a little bit of rain.
Fat Tuesday, protect your king cakes. It's going to be a little wet, going to be some rain, a little bit cold, I think, but
definitely cooler than they're seeing right now. Right now, everyone, this is how everyone wants to see the conditions this time of year.
Unfortunately, I'm driving up into cold wetness in Mississippi this weekend. Hopefully there's no wintry conditions that I have to drive through because I don't know how to drive through that.
Oh, if you do have to drive through it, just go slow. Don't slam on your brakes at any time because that's not what you want to do. Just drive slow and keep calm.
I might just pull over and take a nap. I don't know.
Yeah,
I honestly don't know what to do.
Honestly, that might be a good idea. The way people drive in Tallahassee, they would not be okay with those winter conditions.
No, and I don't really trust drivers in Alabama either.
Yeah, yeah, because they're not as used to it as people like where I'm from in New York. As it is, so.
You need to train us.
Yeah, I know, seriously. When you said that, I'm like, all right, it's time. I can teach you.
I'll just call it me. It's all good. We're good, guys.
Yeah, so the cooler conditions are coming later this week, and it's a pattern change because the jet stream is going to dip down. The air from Canada and from the Arctic is coming, so not too cold, but it's going to get a little bit more chilly.
It'll be about 15 to 20 degrees below our average temperatures, so people up north, bundle up more than usual.
Yeah, that's the only advice that we have. Bring the jackets. If you're going inside anywhere, don't think, hey, I'm just going to run in and not wear a jacket. No, wear your jacket.
It doesn't work for me here.
Yeah, I know. So especially if you're going to be north. But we are going to take it with a local look with Sammy.
Thank you, guys. So yeah, we are actually looking at these temperatures from this morning. We started off at 28 degrees, like they were saying. That is very, very cold outside. 28 around your Big Bend region. And over by the coast in Apalachicola, temperatures around 34 this morning. So a little bit above freezing, but still very, very chilly. But currently, we warmed up all the way to 58 degrees, and it is nice and clear outside, making it feel a lot warmer with that sun. That dew point and humidity is at a low 28 degrees and 32%, making it feel actually very dry outside. But those temperatures have warmed up to around the mid-50s currently right now. So the big picture right now is pretty much around 55, 58 degrees. You're seeing those temperatures starting to cool down for the rest of the night. But our dew point is showing these a lot of the dry temperatures right now. So that's 28 over in Tallahassee, and Quincy is at 14. So that is very, very dry. But towards the coast, you're seeing a little bit more moisture. Carabel and Apalachicola are right around that 44 degrees. Satellite and radar is showing nothing throughout the whole region. No clouds coming through our area as much. Up until about right now, you're seeing a tiny bit of cloud coverage, but pretty sunny throughout the majority of the day. And we will see tomorrow pretty similar to it as well. So look at this water vapor. We're seeing this orange is like that dry air coming in, and it makes its way through, and that green below it was in fact that the moisture air by the coast. So our current winds are kind of a little bit higher than usual. We have that clockwise rotation, if you can kind of see that, around 7 miles per hour to around 9 coming up from the coast, and that is due to that high pressure throughout our area. And like I said, this is that clockwise rotation coming. You see a little bit of cloud coverage, but it is mostly clear, and that is due to that high pressure system that is right around our area. And if you're going out on a boat for tomorrow, it is going to be a beautiful day. I mean, you have some light chop, but it will be a nice day to go out on the boat if you are planning on doing that for tomorrow. But tonight's forecast, we are sitting around 39 degrees. That is very chilly. You may need to bundle up because though that cold temperature is due to those very clear skies for tonight. But our tomorrow's outlook will be 68 degrees, very similar today, but in fact a little bit warmer. It will be partly sunny outside, but looking at that big picture for the 5-day forecast, sitting around mainly the 60s for the next few days, but maybe some rain to come on Sunday. But for now, we are going to take a look at the southeast.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy. And as we take a little larger picture of what's going on around the southeast, we're keeping things mainly clear with this high pressure system, as we have mainly clear skies for most of the southeast. Orlando staying with clear sunny skies, as well as Savannah, a little bit cloudier conditions there. But overall, because of the high pressure system, we're keeping things very clear around with the temperatures as well. With the high pressure system, you see typically cooler temperatures, but temperatures did heat up a little bit going throughout today. 58 degrees right now here in Tallahassee, a little bit warmer more towards New Orleans, about 64 degrees there. And as we get farther along down the peninsula of Florida, you see those temperatures rising a little bit. But as we take a look at the 24-hour temperature change, we could definitely see, because of this high pressure system, that temperatures have risen since this time yesterday. About 11-degree increase in temperature in Atlanta, as well as 5 degrees here in Tallahassee. But taking a look at these blue colors up there, that means that a cold front is actually going to make its way more towards the east, bringing us a little bit cooler conditions going on throughout the next few days. But dew point tells us what it's going to feel like when you walk outside the door. About 28 degrees here in Tallahassee, so when you walk outside, it feels pretty dry. Most portions of southern peninsula of Florida taking those dew points a little bit higher. About 52 in Miami, so a little bit higher moisture there. 49 degrees in New Orleans, so a little bit higher moisture as we get along more coastal cities. But the radar, because of these dew points are a little bit higher, it means we have clear skies, clear sunny skies, not a lot of cloud cover for most portions of the southeast. But as we get on throughout the rest of the week, that cloud cover will start to increase with an oncoming cold front. As our winds are mainly sticking with this clockwise rotation because of that high pressure system, that typically gives us some sinking air. With the sinking air, we'll see temperatures increase a little bit as we go on throughout the next few days ahead of that cold front that's going to make its way over. But a little bit gustier conditions for Orlando, about 10 miles per hour there, about 13 miles per hour over in Shreveport. Soil moisture, though, because of these high winds, we could see a little bit of fire action for most of these areas because we haven't had a lot of precipitation for most of January, as much of the Florida Peninsula actually has some pretty dry soil conditions going throughout the next few days. But tonight's forecast, 39 degrees for Savannah, will keep things mainly cool and clear going on throughout the rest of the evening. 49 degrees for Orlando, about 65 degrees for Key West, a little bit warmer as we get more along the southern peninsula of Florida. Tomorrow, though, we'll see it similar to today. A little bit higher temperatures for most of the southeast, though, about 70 degrees here in Tallahassee, about 67 with partly cloudy skies as that cold front's going to make its way over towards the east, bringing a little bit more cloud cover, a little bit warmer temperatures for most portions of the southeast. But as we take things back over to the desk with Francesca and Dylan.
Yeah, I don't know if you viewers have been watching all the shows this week, but we've been talking about Groundhog's Day. It's this Friday, February 2nd.
2 days away.
2 days away. I can't wait to find out if we have more winter or more spring.
I think that groundhog is pretty trustworthy. I mean for a rodent.
It's for a rodent. I mean, we're meteorologists, so are we better than a groundhog? That's the real question.
We are greater than a rodent.
You're going to put out a math equation. That's all we deal with here.
I need a sign. I need like a whiteboard. Greater than rodents.
Yeah, on Monday, Jennifer and Brooke actually read out Punxsutawney Phil's whole name, and that's not something I can do or you could do, right?
I don't know his full name.
I don't either, but
I do know that his name comes from a descendant of Badger's Day from German.
Yeah, the Germans had a superstition where they saw groundhogs come out of their den around this time, and if they saw their shadow, 6 more weeks of winter.
That's why in Germany it's called Dachshund-Dog.
Yeah.
And for Nova Scotian viewers, I know there's many of them, Happy Dax Day in 2 days.
No, fun fact, Punxsutawney Phil, named after the town in Pennsylvania, where they celebrate Groundhog's Day. It's celebrated in the United States and Canada as well. So that's interesting. They also originally ate groundhogs as food, which I don't think Punxsutawney Phil would actually enjoy.
I highly doubt it, and I would not suggest eating groundhogs. They very likely have parasites.
Definitely.
And they don't look tender.
No, I bet they're a little round and square as you described them before this segment.
Have you seen one? They're like
They're
as
like a
wide
box?
as they are long. They are a box.
They're a very round, as some people would say, thick animal.
3 C's. But yeah, anyway, the groundhogs, he seems like he's living a good life. I would love to be Punxsutawney Phil. You work 1 day a week, but unlike us, you got to send it back to the wall and keep on working every day.
Yeah.
Eating groundhogs? What? Like, that's a rodent, Francesca. You don't eat groundhogs. It's like not even humanly possible. Oh, it's possible. I'm pretty sure it's disgusting. You know what else is disgusting, though? Not the temperatures in the southeast. Temperatures are in the upper 50s, 58 for us here in Tallahassee, the lower 50s in Atlanta. But the northern tier of the country, that is a little bit disgusting for them because they've got temperatures in the mid to upper 20s, 27 degrees for Minneapolis, 30 for Detroit. But they're also dealing with several rounds of winter weather. So we've got these clipper systems that come in and they shoot across the northern tier of the country. So not only is it cold, but it's also wet, and the precipitation in the form of snow and freezing rain and even sleet. And here's why, too. If you look in the upper atmosphere with our water vapor imagery, you see that in the higher or in the upper levels of the atmosphere, that's where all the moisture starts to trail in, and that's where it really kind of sits and lies. But look down here towards the south. we are relatively dry, not only over Tallahassee, but all the way back towards Texas. So we will have several chances of rainfall on our way, but I don't think it's going to be the best of rain chances. So we will likely still see, a lot of drought conditions here in the northern part of the Panhandle for Florida, but then also back towards Oklahoma. They're also dealing with a drought situation. Here's a look at the 24-hour temperature change ahead of this cold front. Temperatures, look at that, Memphis, Tennessee, warming up more than 17 degrees. By the way, speaking of Memphis, Tennessee, it's Justin Timberlake's birthday. He's from that area. He's got an album coming out in a few days too. So happy birthday to you, JT. If you're watching, I don't think you are. You never know, he might be. Behind the cold front, temperatures in the high country, Denver, Colorado, 12 degrees cooler, Kansas City, about where they were at this time yesterday. So here's a look at the futurecast so you can see what's going on. Here's one cold front that's going to advance towards the south and southeast, bringing in an area of isolated showers Thursday morning, or Thursday afternoon rather, is sort of the best chance at about 8 o'clock. But it really starts to hit some drier air, and watch this, it fades out. So while we might have a slight chance of precipitation Thursday evening into Friday, it is not the best chance, but fret not. We have another approaching system that's going to bring some precipitation with it with a cold front. That's going to be later on, though, into the weekend, Saturday into Sunday, more likely for you on Sunday. So let's go coast to coast now. We talked about the Northeast a second ago with several impulses of energy swinging into the Northeast. Places like upstate New York, the Poconos and Catskills, and back toward western PA, seeing some winter weather. Not a lot of snow, but certainly about 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches in spots. And then, of course, if you're near the Great Lakes, you can always get some lake effect snow, which will likely be, 6 to 7, possibly even 8 inches of snowfall. And here's why we're seeing all this energy towards the Northeast. It's because of these systems coming on and swinging in some energy into the Pacific Northwest. As for our watches, warning, and advisories, we have some red flag warnings near Dallas, Texas, and back towards Albuquerque, New Mexico. But Minneapolis, no, these are not Super Bowl warnings. These are winter weather advisories and cold fronts that are coming in, bringing some cooler air. Here's a look at airport delays. Guess what? There are none. Goose eggs across the entire country right now, which is good news for anybody traveling. Tonight's temperatures, 0 degrees in Minneapolis. We go from a goose egg and airport delays to a goose egg in our temperatures tonight. 25 degrees for Kansas City, Missouri, 47 for Memphis, Tennessee, and 53 degrees for New Orleans. Tomorrow's forecast, look at this. Warm in the southern part of the country and cool in the north. And with that, let's go ahead and send things right on over to the lab. We've got to look at more weather with, who's got that? Who's got the lab? Dylan. Dylan's got the lab. Hi, Dylan.
Hey, Tevin. Speaking of weather, we got our weather challenge. So for you folks at home, I don't know, we don't talk about it here on the show, but a lot of us in the studio have talked about weather challenge, and we want to tell you viewers at home what we do for the weather challenge and what partakes in that. So what weather challenge is the simplest way to explain it for you guys is it's like fantasy football or fantasy bachelor or any one of those fantasy games you play online. You basically predict the weather, see if you're right and how good you are compared to the actual numbers, and you get points based on it, compete against different students, teachers, and alumni from different universities. Unfortunately for your viewers at home, the only people that can participate are students, alum, and teachers at specific universities, so you can't sign up for this. But essentially, we predict the high, the low temperature, the max wind speed, and the amount of rain that occurs for a different city every 2 weeks. And we enter these numbers and see how well we do. Michael, Jake, and I are big into it, same with Colby. Jake's actually our local manager. So how the points are scored is actually you get 1 point for every degree off you are on your high and low temperature, and half a point for every knot of wind speed you are off. And the less points, the better. It's kind of like golf, but the more points, the worse you're going to do. There's different ways to forecast. We look at different models and stuff, and the biggest thing we look at is numerical models. I know this is a lot to look at, but it's just a lot of numbers on a screen. We interpret that and use that to predict our forecast and see how well we do compared to other students at other universities and here at FSU. Right now, we're actually going to send it back to Alyssa Pedjick at the wall.
Thank you, Dylan. Yes, today we are a lot warmer than we were yesterday. Yesterday we were in the mid-50s, and current conditions here, it's about 6 p.m. It's halfway through there. We're almost at 7 p.m. Our current conditions here in Tallahassee are 58 degrees. You can see over by Pensacola, 58 degrees as well. And as you move further south towards the tip of Florida, 69 degrees in Miami and 68 in Key West. So the further south we are going, we are seeing temperatures being warmer. Checking in with the satellite and radar, not much in terms of clouds really for the whole state of Florida because there's high pressure allowing there to be clear skies and drier air. You can see off towards the coast, some clouds all from the old front that went through all in the Atlantic. Looking more towards the west, we can see some clouds actually towards the northern Mississippi gradually coming in, but that won't come until Friday as well as going into the weekend. Current dew points here in Tallahassee. We were fairly dry today. You could definitely feel that as you went outside. We're used to the humidity, but it's not an actual temperature. I like to remind people that it's just a way to gauge how humid it is outside. So the lower the temperatures, the less humid it is outside. So here at Tallahassee, 28, and Pensacola, 49. And you can really see that with the colors. Green is showing more humid, it being more humid, and where you see kind of the brown, which is where we are, how dry it is. And you can see that with the water vapor content. Orange here shows drier air, and that's also with the high pressure. And you can see it actually moving towards the Atlantic. And once that starts to move further east, then the low pressure as well as the cold front will gradually come over towards us. And you can actually see the wind shifting, kind of a clockwise motion, which is a good indicator of high pressure. That's pretty much the theme going through the past few days. So you can see here in Tallahassee, there's a southerly flow, 7 miles per hour. And for the future cast, there really won't be much in terms of rain going through tonight as well as going through Thursday and Friday, but the weekend will be the main focus with that. Tonight's forecast, you can see here in Tallahassee, will be 35 degrees, very cold. 5 degrees warmer, though, than yesterday, so going throughout the evening hours, if you do have plans, make sure you keep a jacket on and bundle up. Here in over in Jacksonville, we're seeing 39 degrees, and Pensacola, 52. And you can really see that with the color bar with the blue. Blue shows cold, so it's very cold over by us, but if you're over going towards Miami, you're seeing 62 degrees. Fort Myers, 51. So I wish I had plans tonight. I'm probably going to stay inside. That is too cold for me, but I'm actually going to send it over to the desk.
Yeah, thank you, Alyssa. We're going to take a look at the Super Bowl and how weather impacts matchups between the Patriots and the Eagles.
That's right. So we all have been talking about, it's going to be a cold forecast for, even though the game is being played in Minneapolis, it's still cold in the northern tier of the country.
Right. Luckily, the game's indoors, so it's a brand new indoor stadium, so they don't have to play outdoors, luckily.
So what we did here, we took the last 5 matchups between the Philadelphia Eagles, or the last 4 matchups between the Eagles and the Patriots, or the Patriots and the Eagles, and we are combining, so we're looking at their score and seeing who won and lost versus what was the maximum temperature that day. So the maximum temperature last time they met in 2015, the Patriots lost that game, the Eagles won. The highest temperature was 70 degrees in PA and 60 degrees in New England. So
it's definitely warm days for those. It looks like the warmer the temperature, the better the Eagles do.
So that might work against the Patriots this time.
Yeah,
so we'll see. Or against the Patriots this time.
That's right. I really hope the Patriots don't win again. I mean, it's constantly, it's like Alabama when it comes to the NFL. You've got the same teams, and I want someone different.
So let's go back to 2005, February 6th. So obviously another Super Bowl. The Eagles scored 33. Or I'm sorry, the temperature in Philadelphia that day was 50 degrees. The low was 33. New England, the temperature there was 34 degrees. The low though was 1.
That's cold.
And that's awfully close to what it's going to be.
I mean, this game is a repeat of that game, essentially. It's the Super Bowl game. It's the 2 teams back, and the Eagles are looking for revenge.
And that was 13 years ago, and guess who won? The Patriots won that game.
So weather forecast is predicting Patriots winning, is what you're telling me?
Possibly. If we're comparing the low temperatures, I know Jennifer is throwing up her hand at me. She didn't like that. I don't know if it's a time to maybe wrap up,
or she's excited.
Just against that.
Yeah, we don't like the Patriots. I don't. I don't speak on behalf of anyone else.
Wait, I think she likes the Patriots. She loves the Patriots. That's what she says.
All right, but we're going to actually send it back out to the wall with whoever's out there.
Somebody loves weather. That's right.
Guys, no need to hate on the Patriots so much. Just because they're winners doesn't mean that you have to hate on New England. Now, as for today, high temperatures hit 63 in most of the Big Bend region, and down there in Apalachicola, they were seeing 58, but it was super sunny skies, and everyone did get to soak up that vitamin D, as we were talking about before. So definitely take advantage of that before we see another system come through and bring in those clouds. So Tallahassee seeing 58 with that dew point down there at 28. So fairly dry. Time to pull that chapstick back out. This sand color does represent the color of chapstick weather. So as we get down towards the coast, it is more of a yellow color, and that represents places that are seeing a little bit more humidity because they're on the coast. So obviously they're going to be seeing some more humidity than we are here inland. As for those winds were showing us a pretty clockwise motion going around, showing that high pressure, but this satellite shows the high pressure just as well as those winds did. Clear skies, no clouds, and no rain, because no clouds equals no rain. So we were seeing really nice conditions the entire day, and we will be seeing that into tomorrow and the next day, but those rain chances could increase through the later into the week. As for tonight's forecast, mostly clear, so it will be a nice night just like last night. I hope you guys got outside and got to see that moon, because I know that into the morning we saw a blood moon this morning. So 39 for tonight's forecast in most of the northern region of the Big Bend. St. Mark's is seeing 40 degrees, and that does seem to be pretty much the average of the region. Down there in Apalachicola, seeing our warm spot at 46 degrees. As for Thursday, though, they were seeing temperatures in the 60s. Monticello seeing 68, along with Tallahassee and Bainbridge and Quincy as well. Those light and variable winds and lack of clouds will be persisting into tomorrow, which is Thursday. So I hope everyone sees an awesome Thursday tomorrow with some more high pressure around into our 7-day. We will notice as the week persists on, we're going to see Friday 20% chance of rain. So that is our next rain chance, but 20% is not that much of a rain chance. So into Saturday, those rain chances go away, but take a look at Sunday. Do not let that 70% chance of rain ruin any outdoor activities you have planned for Sunday. Maybe shift them over to Saturday to see those better conditions on Saturday. But with that, we're going to close out the show with Michael and Jennifer.
Yeah, thank you, Sydney. It looks like a great end of the week.
Yeah, pretty average for this time of year. That rain chance on Friday is very slim, but again, Sunday with that rain chance is during the Super Bowl, so
yeah,
everyone's gonna be indoors.
Everyone will be inside watching TV.
Yeah, so we do have a lot of we do have some games going on tonight. Our men's team is at Wake Forest at 8 o'clock tonight, so go Noles.
Go Noles, yeah. Yep. As the basketball game actually comes out tonight, you'll see temperatures dipping into the 30s going into the morning hours. Yep. But Friday's when that cold front comes through, so we'll see temperatures dipping again going into that, right?
Yeah, and then Sunday, again, Super Bowl Sunday, it's the rain chance up to 70%, but everyone's inside. I know you're rooting for the Patriots.
Yeah, I hope the Patriots win because, I mean, what's another win for the Patriots?
Again, I'm a Patriot hater, so I don't really like the matchup, but let's see about, so our Twitter, follow us on Twitter.
And you can also like us on Facebook, facebook.com/FSU weather. And you can also watch us live on YouTube and anytime at youtube.com/FSU weather.
We're streaming on here right now, and follow us on Instagram at FSU weather. If you have the supermoon pictures from early this morning, that was actually really nice. I didn't actually see it, but I saw a lot of good pictures.
Yeah, send that in. I'm student meteorologist Jennifer Collins.
And I'm student meteorologist Michael Onnen. Have a great night.